We've got a very clear and a very simple message for TEPCO, which has been profiting for many decades from nuclear energy in Japan. And our message is very simple, is that they have a responsibility to protect the people who have been harmed and displaced by the disaster at the Fukushima Daiichi plant in Tohoku. And we think this responsibility extends first and foremost to the workforce, who now are operating in very, very dangerous conditions in order to restore stability to that plant. And we know that that process will take many, many years. And so TEPCO needs to be honest with its workforce so that they know and understand very well the degree of risk that they are facing, and so that they are not exposed to unnecessary hazards in the course of that work. TEPCO has an enormous responsibility to people not just in the Tohoku region but now right across Japan, because there is a very, very serious plume of radiation to the northwest and a secondary plume that has reached as far as Tokyo and either parts further to the west of Japan. And TEPCO needs to come very clear, as does the government of Japan, about expanding the zone of compulsory evacuations, starting with women, with pregnant women and with children, to make absolutely certain that there are not people in impacted areas. Quite clearly, a 20-kilometre exclusion zone is already manifestly inadequate and is exposing people as far as 100 kilometres of that plant with unnecessary and quite harmful doses of radiation. If TEPCO is honest with people, it will make the surrounding communities much more confident that they can trust the company, because trust has been damaged, and that they will then be able to make decisions about their own health. But primarily, the government and the company needs to be very clear about expanding the exclusion zone and then compensating people for the enormous damage and loss of their houses, of their land, of their possessions, of their livestock, and of their lost income. And that compensation must be paid to people immediately because of how vast the damage has been. TEPCO has investments in Australia in the gas industry. It's got investments all over the world in uranium and in gas. Those investments and TEPCO's reputation will be very, very badly damaged if the company is not immediately honest with the people of Japan and the people of the world who have now been impacted by the radioactive contamination. TEPCO also needs to come clean about its plans to denuclearize Japan and explain to the Japanese people what its proposals are for renewable energy and for changing its investment strategy in energy. I think only after these things have been done will confidence be able to be restored in the integrity of TEPCO and its management. ありがとうございます。